Hello, and welcome to another edition of WTF Just Happened Today, your essential guide to making the news make sense. It's Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, and I'm Matt Kieser. Today's edition was written and edited by me, and this audio version was narrated using text-to-speech and a clone of my voice. Same stories, just rewritten for audio. Now, here's what just happened today. First up, Congressional Democrats sent the White House a new counterproposal to reopen the Department of Homeland Security after the agency's funding lapsed Saturday. Democrats demanded new limits on ICE and Customs and Border Protection, including a ban on agents wearing masks, mandatory body cameras, and stricter judicial warrant requirements. The White House said the sides remained pretty far apart. Immigration enforcement operations were expected to continue largely unaffected because ICE had separate funding from last year's One Big Beautiful Bill. Next, an 18-year-old man was arrested near the U.S. Capitol after exiting a white Mercedes SUV and running toward the building carrying a loaded shotgun. Police said he wore a tactical vest and gloves and had extra ammunition. Officers also found a Kevlar helmet and a gas mask in the vehicle, which wasn't registered to him, and investigators said they hadn't identified a motive. Meanwhile, Senate Republicans lined up at least 50 votes for the Trump-backed Save America Act, which would require proof of U.S. citizenship to register to vote and mandate photo ID nationwide. It still needed 60 votes in the Senate to clear a filibuster, and Democrats vowed to block it. Trump warned he would act without Congress, writing, "There will be voter ID for the midterm elections, whether approved by Congress or not." In other news, the U.S. military destroyed 3 small boats in the Eastern Pacific and Caribbean, killing all 11 people aboard. U.S. Southern Command said intelligence confirmed the boats operated by designated terrorist organizations, but it didn't release evidence supporting the claims. The 5-month campaign of airstrikes on boats killed at least 135 people, and some lawmakers questioned the campaign's legality because the U.S. was not in a congressionally authorized war with drug cartels. Also, Stephen Colbert said CBS lawyers stopped him from airing an interview with Texas State Rep. James Talarico, warning in no uncertain terms that he could not have him on the broadcast. CBS said it didn't ban the segment, but advised that airing it could trigger FCC equal time obligations for at least 2 other candidates. Colbert posted the interview to YouTube instead, and the FCC's only Democratic commissioner, Ana Gomez, called the move corporate capitulation, as Paramount had regulatory matters before the government. And in polling, 39% of Americans approved of Trump's job performance, with 56% disapproving. 49% called Trump corrupt, 47% called him racist, and 46% called him cruel, while roughly 23% rejected those labels and about 30% had no opinion. Another poll found 38% of Americans approved Trump's immigration policies, the lowest level since his return to the White House, down from 50% a year ago. Finally, Reverend Jesse Jackson died Tuesday at 84. He had lived for years with Parkinson's disease and later progressive supranuclear palsy. He built a national profile through Operation Breadbasket, Operation Push, and the Rainbow/Push Coalition, mixing voter registration drives, corporate pressure campaigns, and high-profile appearances during unrest where he urged nonviolence. That's all for now. You can find the full edition and all the cited sources at WTFJHT.com. And if you have a minute, help me improve this audio edition. WTFJHT.com/feedback. Thanks for listening. I'm Matt Kieser, and I'm glad you're here.